Play ball!
If they don't win, it's a shame. It's 1-2. They fight you out of the old ball game.
All right, what's up, guys? Welcome to Season 2, Episode 11 of Tito Talking Tribe. Quick programming notes. We are Abraham Drinking. Be sure to catch the Abraham Drinking Show tomorrow live, usually from the Lincoln Lounge, but always every Monday at 6 p.m. Abraham Drinking does their general content, comedy podcast, wide range of topics, funny stuff. Be sure to check them out. You can check us out. This is episode 11 of season 2 already. Most Sundays at 8:30 p.m. Tito Talking Tribe. And you can follow Abraham Drinking's podcast wherever you get your podcasts. YouTube, Instagram, Spotify, iHeartRadio, TikTok. So, wide range of platforms where you can keep track of us. The Division III College World Series concluded really quick. Congratulations to Wisconsin Whitewater, an overachieving number 3 seed for the second straight year, because they were the runner-up as the 3 seed last year, and they won the Division III national title this year, beating 8-seeded Messiah Falcons in 2 games. And they crushed them, scoring about 18 and 21 in each game and winning by a boatload. So congratulations to those guys, Wisconsin Whitewater, your Division III champs. And so the captains have been off a couple weeks for this tournament, and I wanted to mention that our captains return Tuesday. So as exciting as this World Series tournament was for a lot of people at Classic Ballpark, there's a lot of diehard Captains fans chomping at the bit, waiting for us to get back home. And we play the Dayton Dragons for a 6-game series, finally getting back home starting Tuesday for a standard A-ball minor league, Tuesday to Sunday 6-game affair. So that's kind of neat. It'll be the Battle of Ohio at the Major League level, as Cincy's here for the conclusion of our season series versus the Reds next week, as well as our A-ball team squaring off as the captains finally come home and play the Dragons. And one other note I had on the captains is the minor league halfway season will be in a couple weeks, like June 20th, and then the standings reset. How it works, at least at the captain's level, I think most of the minor league levels, is you secure a playoff record from having the best record in your division in the first half or the second half. Playoff berths are handed out. So we were not the best team in our division the first half, but we've got some talent, and we should have some talent piping in that maybe we want to do a half year at the level below us. So let's hope with the meter sort of resetting in the standings that we see some nice pitching promotion. Or we took pitching in rounds 3 through 10, and with our sandwich competitive balance pick between 1 and 2 last year. We drafted Bazana, obviously first overall. We drafted Kozart in the second round. And other than that, it was pitching in that sandwich pick and rounds 3 to 10. So Doty, I recall, comes to mind. A couple of good high school pitchers, because we had some extra signing money that are at the level below Lake County that I'm looking forward to getting promoted to Lake County, giving them guys a boost. On to the big league club. I was at the ballpark today. It was a fantastic day for baseball downtown. All the showers broke up. Bo Naylor, the much maligned Bo Naylor, myself being one of the maligners lately, did his batting average and our team's morale and his confidence a huge favor, going 3 for 4 today with 4 hard hit balls. That 2-run homer broke the ice in a tense pitcher's duel, gave us the lead, set the tone. We ended up winning 4-2. Will Wilson, right now, probably the bubble man on our roster, had himself a good game. Quieted any talk of sending him down for now, or at least, made himself look pretty good in his evaluations. He got a nice bunt down, and mind you, that error helped us out with some extra base runners and runs. But he also caught a nice, rapidly ascending flare out there in second base. and had a good hustle steal of third base with 1 out, which helped us out a lot. Obviously, the book says if you can take third with 1 out, that's huge, because that puts you in play to score off a variety of sacrifices. So shout out to Will Wilson, especially had a good game. Jonathan Rodriguez did get himself a base hit, so that was nice to see also as far as things that stood out today at the ballpark. Fantastic seats, avoided the sweep. And we have another tough week next week. The Reds at home as we finish our season series against the Reds. Reds aren't playing their best ball. I think Hunter Green's hurt. You know, they're a little banged up. And the Brewers and Cubs are really hot in that division. So the Reds are sinking in the NL Central a bit at the moment, but Ellie's a monster. They got some talented players, and they sure handled us handily, sweeping us not too long ago. So we can't take the Reds lightly. And then we head out to Seattle in the weekend for a tough series at the Mariners. Pitching matchup I have my eye on for this week. Bibee looked great today. Ended up giving up them 2 runs there at the end. Tough call, should have been a strike, got him out of that Cam Smith at bat, and then instead he drove in what was at the time the tying 2 runs to blemish Bibee's shutout with minimal hits allowed that he had there going into the 7th inning, I think it was. And, you know, my buddy at the game thought that maybe we should have went to some of our good assets in the bullpen a little sooner and had not gotten to that, but I'm fine with it. I'll jump on vote for having a too quick of a hook than maybe leaving someone a little long. Bibee's pitch count was really manageable. He was looking good. But anyway, the guys still rallied and got the win despite them tying the game on that Cam Smith RBI. Then Will Wilson got the bunt down, and we ended up winning that 4-2. Avoiding the sweep was huge. Right now, Tampa, Toronto, and the Twins are the wild card. We're only a half game behind them, but right now we're not even the wild card. And no one's within 7 games of the Tigers. I believe we're about 7.5 back, because it's the Twins and then us and then the Royals. So we're all bunched up with them. And like I said, the Twins technically are the wild card with the recently hot Rays and Blue Jays. Doesn't really look like maybe anyone in the West is going to earn the wild card, but we're still going to have to step it up to be on solid footing even for the wild card and make up some ground on the Tigers before we can start to hope to catch them guys in the division. But this Saturday, at Seattle, Tanner Bibee versus George Kirby, 2 very high-end pitchers whose season hasn't quite gone as they wanted it so far for various reasons. Kirby a lot of time on the IL. Bibee's had his issues at times with, you know, allowing a lot of base runners. His whip was high early. His strikeout rate's uncharacteristically low for him still. But on the strength of another great outing. So you got Bibee and Kirby trying to keep their teams right in the middle of their respective hunts and trying to pitch more up to the standards they're used to pitching Saturday. That's the clutch pitching matchup I got my eyes on this week. Like I said, it was great to see Will Wilson and various tools, getting the bunt down, the hustle of stealing third, the good defense, making a lot of good plays to solidify himself on the club. Obviously, ever since Rocchio got sent down, we want Will Wilson to work out. We don't want to be left lean in the infield. So Will Wilson hopefully can start to string together some stats. He's played really sparingly. I know he hasn't done much for us yet, but he's had kind of a tough role as far as very limited sparing duty. So let's hope Will Wilson can turn the corner. And then Bo Naylor raising his average from about 171 to 188 is huge. Because a lot of his defenders are saying that he's just been unlucky with balls in play and swinging the bat well and hitting it right at people. And that's all well and good, but you want to hear that argument when someone's hitting more like 200 or 210. Once someone's hitting 170, it doesn't matter. It's no, he's an unlucky 170. 170 at the big league level is pretty ugly. So Bo Naylor really did himself a lot of favors. He did us a huge favor with the go-ahead 2-run homer. And with 4 hard hit balls and 3 base hits, the Rays' batting average from, I do believe it was 171 to now it's 188. That's huge going forward. And we got to keep battling. Like I said, seemingly the entire mid-tier of the AL is right with us in this pack, around 5 games of 500. Our run differential, can't remember if it's minus 19 or minus 21. Either way, it's a negative run differential. It's not good for a team a few games above 500. So we've been pretty lucky, obviously, predictably, with our bullpen winning 1-run games and stuff. So we're going to have to improve our run differential and tighten up if we want to stay in this race. Boston's still kind of a mess, but with the Rays and Blue Jays getting pretty hot, it appears as if, and not to mention our tough division we reside in, and the Royals got Lugo and Raggins back. Now, we're a little ahead of the Royals, but they've got Lugo and Raggins back now. So, and Caglione called up. He had a 4-hit game today. He's going to be a factor for them. So it's going to be tough, this wild card race. And then we need a very good 2 weeks or so to jump back in this division race. I'd say we need to get back within about 5 to really start thinking of catching the Tigers. No one's within 7 of them now. The Twins are 7 back. Excuse me. We're 7.5 back, and I believe the Royals are 8.5 back, because we're only about a game better than the Royals. And in this tightly contested AL Central, that's almost as disappointing as anything to me. Is we're only a game ahead of the Royals right now. It's not like we're playing bad, but we were already about a game ahead of the Royals. And with Cole Raggins and Seth Lugo on the DL, I was really hoping we could create some separation with at least the Royals and then start worrying about more of a 3-team race in the division, but that did not happen. So let's get Bibee to continue trending in the right direction. Like I said, about exactly a calendar month ago, his whip sat at 1.50, which is pretty poor for any major league starter, much less someone fronting a rotation. So with another, on the heels of another strong performance, his whip is back down to something more ace-like we're used to seeing. I think it's an even 1.2 after today's another good performance, going 6+ innings, allowing 2 runs. So we need Bibee to pitch like an ace, and Ciccone to continue to, he has been pretty decent. He's been better than I thought he'd be actually. He's had, I believe, 3 good starts and 1 poor start so far. So at Ben Lively, Tommy John was a tough blow, but so far Ciccone has slid right in, and he's been a pleasant surprise. I didn't really love that trade. I thought that maybe we shuttled Naylor off at first. I didn't like that nearly as much as the Jimenez trade. I thought we shuttled Josh Naylor off for just the first hard-throwing arm we got offered back to us when that happened, but maybe Ciccone is more than a radar gun darling. Like I said, he's had 3 good starts and 1 poor one in his 4 major league starts. He barely got any major league seasoning last year with Arizona, so that's really encouraging. Covered the captain's return, Bo Naylor's average boost. Congratulations on the Division 3. I update you guys on the race. That's about what I got for you guys for now. Let's stay tuned. Like I said, we got another action-packed week, the Battle of Ohio, and then some West Coast games. So put on a pot of coffee, do what you got to do, catch these Mariners games. The Mariners have about the same record as us, in about the same boat as us, battling the Astros like we're battling all the good teams in our division. So it's going to be another good week. At least half of it's at home, and let's hope that my featured pitching matchup of the week, Bibee here, can continue trending in the right direction and can outduel Kirby Saturday night. That's the middle game of that Tribe Mariners series I really got my eye on, and let's climb a little in the standings and be given the weekly rundown next Sunday in slightly better shape than the half game back of the 3-way tie for wild card we are this week. Go Tribe.
Play ball!
If they don't win, it's a shame.